So, jetzt hatten wir Besuch gehabt von Elminster, ne? Oder Elminster. Der hat hier einen Auftrag an Gale gegeben, sich im Auftrag von Mystra in die Luft zu jagen. Also, gucken wir, was er dazu sagt.
An audience with Elminster is never less than memorable. I'd have hoped to introduce you to him in less dire circumstances. But those are hard to come by these days. Doddering act is merely an illusion, one he's most adept at maintaining. Elminster is the most formidable wizard in the realms, perhaps in existence. For Mystra to have sent him, the severity of her bidding could not be clearer, or weigh more heavily on me. Time seems so infinite when you're young. A month is an age. A year is a lifetime. It is a strange feeling to realize how little of it one might have left. Of course, we offer the clearest solution to our problem. All I have to do is find the right place and time, close my eyes, and let go. Then the slate will be clean. Wrongs will be righted, the absolute will be gone, and I along with it. Possibly the most spectacular one ever conceived. But essentially, yes, I'm living on borrowed time in more ways than one. Perhaps this is how it must be. That remains ahead of us for now. The heart of the Absolute must be discovered before I can stop its beating. Let's save such certainty for the moment such a decision is upon us. We may feel differently once we know what we're truly up against.
I can't believe Mistress demanding Gale sacrifice himself to destroy the Absolute. It's just a waste of a perfectly good cult that we could be controlling. And a waste of a perfectly good Gale, I suppose. Then I'll see your delicious self tonight.
I can't believe Mystra actually expects Gale to just sacrifice himself like that. Seems like a waste of a fine mind. The wound on my hand. It never quite heals. And sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me. It's my burden, though, from Lady Shah. I can feel her influence somehow. I cannot say. Not with what I can recall. But even then, it would not be for me to question her will. Lady Shah has her reasons. It's difficult to say. Sometimes I wonder if it's supposed to be guiding me, punishing me, testing me. But perhaps it's none of those. Perhaps it's completely random. I'd like to hope there's more to it than that. Some meaning that Lady Shah will reveal to me when the time is right. Until then, all I can do is endure. It's less difficult than you might imagine when you can't remember life without it. Pain is sacred to followers of Lady Shah. Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning. I'm sure you do, but please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely. Very well. Perhaps there's potential in you. Let's see how you handle this. I am indeed a disciple of Shah, Mistress of the Night and Lady of Loss. I assume you've heard of her? Well, if that troubles you, perhaps you should fetch the bailiff to arrest me. Ah, but there's no bailiff here, is there? Just leagues of wilderness and the dangers lurking within. We're in this together, but I'll happily go it alone. My faith will keep me company. Fine. What's on your mind? How are you holding up? Don't be so modest. I can't remember the last time I met someone like you. Perhaps I never did. And never will again.
Dann haben wir das auch hinter uns gebracht.
A shame my first brush with the famed Elminster couldn't be a tad more optimistic. Listen, I might invoke the Triad from time to time, appeal to Helm, but I'm no man of faith. Not like Gale. I don't know what drives a man to consider his own death, among countless others, to be an appropriate exchange for his goddess's forgiveness. To me, it all sounds like nonsense. The faith that matters most is that which you hold in yourself, in the ones that most matter to you. Big Bomb be damned. Gale's got everything he needs to defeat the Absolute already. Talent, nerve, and powerful allies at his side. I hope he'll come to see that. Well met.
Oh, was that Gale's granddad? It doesn't ring a bell. But all right. Must have had something important to say to Gale if he came all this way. Good news, I hope. Whoa now, he's got a... Well, I guess that would explain a little, but... Mistra? I mean, this is a lot to take in. What's he going to do? Well, tell him to pick the right one. Well, better yet, I'll do it. Fucking wizards, man. They always need help picking the simple, obvious option. If Mistra can't think of another way to stop the Absolute than sacrificing Gale, she's no god worth worshipping. I'll say that to Gale in, gentle terms.
Ach, sie ist so niedlich. So,
Yes! We need to go find Dann. I'm going to get a hug soon! We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her by choice, me by force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. But she favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mizora envied the attention, I suppose. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted. No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players. I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride. Looks like your troops all trooped up. You'll need to send someone packing if you want me to join. Till next time.
Elminster. Even the Githyanki have heard tell of the Sage of Shadowdale. Some of his works have been translated to Tirsu. That doesn't mean his every word carries wisdom, however. Near as I can tell, Mystra demands Gale's faith, but holds no faith in him. Why else would she demand Gale sacrifice himself, and perhaps so many others? Does she not think he can destroy the Absolute with his own immense talents? Does she not know the mighty company that he keeps? Demanding Vlaakith may be, but she acts for the good of the Githyanki people. Mystra is concerned only for herself. Perhaps he'd find forgiveness in a fiery death. But I can't help but wonder why he'd want it at all. An unhatched Githyanki egg should be the burden of a Vash, not a warrior, whether ascended or otherwise. And yet, I'm drawn to the warmth of it. A child of Gith grows within. Keep it close. Perhaps in our care, it might yet hatch. And don't you dare pass it to that lunatic woman prowling the mountain pass.
Die spielen gerade so schön, da will ich sie nicht unterbrechen. Wo ist denn Hals ziehen? Ist das schon weitergezogen? Noch hier.
The shadow curse is upon us. As foul as I remember it. Perhaps even worse. But with the Oak Father's blessing, we may soon see it banished from these lands. I studied one up close. Closer than most would care to be to those things. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Afterwards, I was able to examine the tadpole that emerged. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say. Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself. I must do what I can. I studied the Shadow Curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source. This land is more than just soil and rock, root and leaf. It is a living being. in the form of a young fey boy, with the forest itself in his eyes. His name is Daniel. I've met him in my meditations, but since the curse was unleashed, I have not felt his presence. He is its prisoner, I fear. And as long as he remains so, his domain will lie in darkness. But if we can find him, we can break the curse. If you learn anything of the Shadowfell, or of a boy with the forest in his eyes, find me at once. I can't be exact, unfortunately. Time and the Shadow Curse won't have been kind to any traces that would have been left behind. A living witness is unlikely, I'll admit. But perhaps there'll be an unliving witness, or some lingering echo of what we seek. Don't worry. If you find something, you will know it. It's not easy, seeing the ravages of the Shadow Curse. But your camp is a most welcome solace. You've shared your fire with me, your company. A small pocket of light against the darkness. But one I couldn't do without. Thank you. Prudent. But I hope we don't have to contend with the perils of the curse for long. There is more to living than just survival. Much more.
Thank you for agreeing to find Wulbrin. It means a great deal to me. Indeed.
Okay, dann haben wir jetzt hoffentlich soweit alles. Mal hier weiter schauen. Vor allem mein Gepäck nochmal wieder leer machen können, ne? Nee, da wollen wir nicht hin. Noch nicht. Wir haben hier noch genug zu tun. Das vergilbte Buch enthält eine Reihe von Bauplänen. Eine zeigt einen Aufzug von der Wildnis außerhalb einer Stadt namens Reitwen ins Unterreich führt. Okay. Was mitnehmen?
Might be useful.
Das weiß ich nicht, ob es useful ist. Vielleicht. Ach so, ja, hier waren wir. Ja, so. Da müssen wir doch das schon durch. Aufzug ist weg. Ich glaube, wir müssen doch schon da durch, ne? Und das kann ich hier nicht lang. Ist noch nicht der richtige Schar-Tempel. Der kommt erst noch. Na gut, dann machen wir mal. Ich speichere nochmal, aber richtig. Ja, steht da schon. Speichern.
I won't have to worry about the sun, at least.
I've never seen darkness like this before. It's unsettling.
Moonrise Towers lies ahead. We must venture on, however bleak the path.
So, how was your night with Gale? Did you have a long, hard debate?
Oh, ignore him. Astarion envies the depth of our bond because he's of a shallower inclination.
Was? Ich hatte keine Nacht mit Gale. Bist du dumm jetzt oder so? Das wüsste ich. Ich wollte eigentlich meine Laterne hier anmachen. Nicht Laterne, hier. So.
At the ready.
Und ihr auch. Hast du keine?
Lost in thought.
Lost in thought. Da, bitteschön. Shati hatte aber eine, ne? Ausrüsten.
Yes.
Na. Dafür müssen die gar nicht ausrüsten, oder? Was, wenn ich jetzt angegriffen werde? Dann habe ich ein Problem, oder?
I've got a long road ahead.
I fear I've been rather hasty to judge you, Astarion.
Desolation, the dark.
One heartbreak was quite enough for me. Experience it as many times as you have. Must change a person.
Thank you, Gale. But let us
I
both
can
hope
feel
that
the
broken hearts
shadow's
reflect
power
the
here,
past.
but they don't seem to be harming me. The shadow curse. It doesn't seem to affect me like it does others. Not as badly, at least. Do you know what this means? I must be blessed. Lady Shah is protecting me where others are left to face her wrath. She loves me. She must do. Lady Shah wouldn't bless me like this for no reason. There must be something she wants of me. Those signs we found about Dark Justiciars, perhaps they were no coincidence. In either case, I need to watch for any place dedicated to Lady Shah. A temple, perhaps.
That'll fit in my pack. Moving ahead. What's inside?
Nicht aufheben. Lecker. Was? Ja, Schluck auf hier.
Eyes open. Watch the shadows.
The animal never had a chance. The curse consumes everything it touches.
When you've loved a goddess, as I have, people often think you less experienced in the ways of romance.
Stay together. Keep to the light.
Okay.
Stop! Who's there? You're a chatty shadow. I'll give you that. Come out into the light, hands high. Jonas, move in!
Jonas! Jonas!
I'm here! Where are you?
Jonas? Can you see our torches?
I can't see anything! Something's wrong.
Follow my voice. Come back to the light.
Who's there? Meg? Is that...
Jonas?
There you are. Come. Join me.
Jonas.
Don't let it get hold of you. Harpers, now!
Womit soll ich jetzt kämpfen? Mit meinen Fackeln? Oh, nee. Ich weiß jetzt nicht, ob ich das noch ausrüsten kann wieder. Er hat wenigstens seinen Dolch noch. Und seinen Bogen.
Let me recite their demise.
Oh nein. Nein. Nee, ich bin wirklich auf mich allein gestellt hier.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
The dance macabre.
Ja, du hast wenigstens noch deine Sachen, ey.
Let's move.
Oh, jetzt muss ich hier aufpassen, ne? Ich hole das gleich raus. Ich habe sonst aus Versehen schon drauf gedrückt beinahe. Oh nein! Wie wenig Leben hattest du denn, Mädel, ey?
Well, so much for peace.
Let's light them up.
Bleib doch hier. Ach, was bist du so dumm, ey.
Still on my feet.
No gloom, all doom.
Thank you. We wouldn't have made it without your help. We need to get out of here. There's a safe place. Follow me. Stay close.
Was? Das ist auch schon, oder was?
I speak, they burn.
Got to focus.
Wie doof ist sie denn? Das hat ja alles geklappt hier. Wie doof ist sie?
In her former life, this girl played in the nearby woods. She was always the best at climbing trees.
Sie kann doch nicht da einfach
She
durchgehen.
had dreams of boarding a ship in Baldur's Gate and
Jetzt bin ich ja doch wieder alleine hier.
But then the darkness came. You sense a young woman gazing at moonrise towers in awe. Perhaps one day she will get to gaze out from atop it, she hopes.
Voll die
You
Erinnerung,
see a
ne?
man stalking slowly through the woods, bow half drawn. If he bags a deer, the whole family will be kept fed all winter.
Anything of use?
Sind sie alle draufgegangen. Nee, den Verfaulten wollen wir nicht.
If not over, then through.
The image of an orange-haired cat asleep before a fireplace comes to you. What came of it?
It's quite thrilling to fight off such grim creatures as this region throws at us, especially being at your side. I once read a book that explained in some detail the effect a brush with danger has on one's desire for other forms of stimulation. Have you ever read anything on that subject? Only that I find you quite irresistible. Even illuminated by such rotten light as this place produces. Perhaps it's just the thrill of our near undead experience talking. Standing at your side through such darkness and disrepair. It only makes me want you more. Unfortunately, this is neither the time nor the place to indulge such feelings, so we must be patient and push all such thoughts aside. For now. Was there anything else you wish to discuss?
Ja, Gale, nur Freundschaft.
I've no doubt she has the power to do so, but as for the permission,
Nein,
Ao will
nein.
not look kindly on her meddling in mortal affairs. Divine intervention has a tendency to make things worse, not better. As for Elminster, he's saved the realms more times than legend can recount. But to take on a god is no easy feat, even for him. My orb is the best chance we have. And only I can wield it.
Nee, nee, nee. Komme ich schon wieder hier nirgendwo hin. Was sind jetzt für komische Sachen da? Warum habe ich so einen komischen Kringel?
Barely think straight. This place saps the very thoughts from your mind.
That dead bird's been corrupted by the shadows. Would be wise to leave it alone.
This place is protected. You might find allies here, or at least supplies.
For a warm bed and full stomach, look no further. Welcome to the Last Light Inn.
No shadows here. Someone must be keeping it at bay.
I applaud your taste. Trust no one.
Wits and blades always sharp.
Da. Ich habe schon wieder gesucht. Nein. Oh nein, nicht Shatti.
Keep your distance, darling.
Okay.
Go.
Nein.
All right. What now?
You there! Step forward and keep your hands off your weapons. Who are you? We'll see how charmed you are in a minute. Just keep your hands where I can see them and follow me. Come. Jahira!
It seems tales of my clemency have been greatly exaggerated. You have not experienced my hatred, stranger. Not yet, at least. This is why we're here, you see. It is a curious creature that hides all manner of secrets. But if there's one thing that we know, it's that it knows its own kind. You should never have come here, true soul.
Stop! What's you doing? She's the one who saved us!
She's the one who protected the Emerald Grove.
Yup. Didn't leave a goblin standing. Not so bad to hang around with either. Saved two of my friends. One from a harpy and one from a mad druid with a snake. Didn't make a fuss of our thieving either. I'd pretty much trust her with my life.
A true soul with a mind of her own? How is that possible? What in the hells is that thing? Congratulations. You've earned yourself the benefit of the doubt. Hear me, Harpers. All clear. At ease. I'll not pretend to understand what that artifact is. But I'm old and wise enough to recognize a sliver of hope when it crawls out of the dark. Tell me, why have you come here? Then our interests align. We must all cure ourselves of the entire cult of the Absolute. There's food in the inn over there. Beds too if you require rest. Aloe oil in the cupboard in case the vines gave you a rash. Settle in. Then come join me for a drink. You may just be the godsend we've been praying for.
Ja, Mensch, ihr sage ich doch alles. Meine Güte. So, ich muss jetzt Karlach holen.
That's one way of looking at it. You could also say it's a prime target. The one pocket of light in the gloom.
Ja. So, jetzt müssen wir Karlach holen.
Oh, pragmatism. Thy name is Shadowheart. You're not wrong, though. Best we keep our sojourn here to a minimum.
This place gives me the creeps.
Und Karlach holen.
Just thought of something.
What's on your mind? You know I'm up for it, but your party's a little full. Excellent. Let's go.
Der will eh was von mir. Na, ich will aber nicht. Der kann hier im Lager bleiben. Der kann kalt duschen oder so. Oh Mann, ey. Bitte. Lass ihn kalt duschen oder so. Oh nee. Oh nee. Deswegen hat er das gesagt. Du spinnst ja wohl. Das ist echt ein Knall, ey.
Sorry if this is rude, but can vampires fall in love?
Not as long as we can put up a fight.
What a preposterous question. Vampires can do anything you can do, and a damn sight better.
Sunbathe? Swim?
All right. There are a few limited exceptions.
Good to know love is on the table, though.
It is. Though if the table is laden with good wine and meat, love is often left to rot with the salad leaves.
No one stopped me yet.
We should gear up and head out.
Oh my god, soldier. That's Jaheira. The Jaheira. Hey, it would have been an honor. Years ago, over a century, Jaheira was part of a group that saved Baldur's Gate from Saravok, a Baalsport trying to plunge the city into war. My mum used to tell us stories about them. The legends who protected the city from evil. She said Jaheira was a powerful druid. Adamant. Tough. I've told myself those stories 1,000 times since. I never thought I'd meet Jaheira. She's a hero, and I was always some outer city kid. Can't believe she wants to talk to us about working together. What a day!
Ja, warte mal ab, dein Tag wird noch besser. Wo ist denn er jetzt? Da drin.
What path lies before me?
Not the same cow I saw at the Druid's Grove, is it?
on with it. Healing's on the way. Take your...
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Nummer F5, nicht, dass das hier...
For discussion.
No, still incapable. Not for you to know.
Ja, genau. Mach mal Wahrnehmung scheitern. Also spinnst du?
Well, come close. Your mind to mine.
Nein, ich will nicht.
Are you satisfied? It's a talent. I'm not a busybody. You ought to use me as an example, or you might get yourself in trouble.
Ich weiß immer noch nicht, was da ist, aber...
Good little here.
Aber ich will nicht gegen ihn kämpfen. Er greift mich sonst an.